ba ba da da beep ba beep boo ba beep beep ba 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 doo dee da ba boo ba bee ba bee boo bee da dee da boo boo poopy doopy a doopy poopy a poopy doopy poopy doopy doop a doopy 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 poopy poop super duper poopy doopy doop. Great. Well, it looks like that's working, so that's good. What's up, everybody? Hello. Welcome to the stream. Back here again. Who could have thought? I'm thinking it might be a cable problem now because we tried to plug me into the same internet as Sam's on and it still didn't work. And so I was like, sometimes when you have a bad cable, your upload and download gets screwy anyway. So maybe it's just the cable. I wouldn't have thought of that if we hadn't have tried to put me on the other internet. So, yeah, that might be what's going on here. But either way, shout out again to Sam for letting us use his office. Also, shout out to Sam because yesterday I confronted him about the foot. Any of you who were here for the last stream where I was in this office, we put a foot on it. We took our foot. We took my own foot and put it on red in this screen and said to ourselves, how long until Sam notices that there's a foot, right? And we were like, surely this goof will pay off. Surely he won't notice. He noticed immediately, like before he ever started streaming, and just deleted it. He was like, oh, I guess Dodger was doing a goof while she was streaming. I'll just delete it. And then he said he was inundated on his stream with people like, where's the foot, Sam? Where's the fucking foot? And he said he played ignorance so well that people were like, maybe Dodger just lost her nerve and deleted it. In what universe would I delete that foot after all that work? I can't believe it. I can't believe he managed to get you guys to turn on me. I left the foot there, okay? The foot was there. Sam deleted it. What are you gonna do? So. 2 whole minutes of work. Yeah. You know? So, anywho. We need to hide it better. That's what I'm thinking now, right? So now we're, we have a second chance here. I'm not saying I made my internet bad on purpose to award us this opportunity, but like we have a second chance here to correct our wrongs, So we'll have to think on it. We'll have to brew a little. Like, hold on, let's observe it. Wait just a moment. Let's see. Is there somewhere on here like like could I make the foot? Wait a sec. Hold on. Where's the folder? I'm pretty sure I called it Brooke shit. Brooke bullshit. That sounds like the name that I would have chosen. Yeah, Brooke bullshit. Oh my god. Do I know myself or not? Here we go. Here's the foot. Beautiful. Inspired. Okay, so say that, like, how small can we make the foot is the big question, right? So like, it's like we oops. Oh no, I'm remembering now. Oop. We liked this foot more because it was more straight. It was easier to like get it to like do something. Right? Okay. So say we've got this going on. How small can we make this, Like, where can it go? Obviously I'm down to like rotate it again. Like, should I try to put it up here? Or on red again? I think putting it on red was the mistake we made last time. Trying to get it to blend in with red. Or maybe back here somewhere. No, that stands out way too much. No, back here. Back here might be super tiny in the corner. I don't know. We'll workshop it. What kind of sock is it? My sister, when she visited, was informed by my kid that I don't own sandals, and she was really upset about that. My daughter, not my sister. My sister found it to be the perfect opening for a good goof on my birthday. Bought me socks that look like feet in sandals, and then bought me flip-flops that look like lobsters. So, to catch you up, if you missed this story, I wore them around the boys while the boys were visiting. And after they left, I called them out like, I can't believe not a single one of you talked about my sandal socks. My toesy socks. What's up with that? Sent them a picture. And more than one of them said, "Oh, I just thought those were your real feet." Ugh, it hurts. So yeah. Flip-flopsters. Holy shit. Incredible. Inspired. Beautiful. Mrs. Ilf or Mr. Sylph, one of those. Welcome to the Cat Gang. Thank you very much for subscribing. We're live. We're here. There's apparently about 400 of you that decided to give me another shot. Thank you very much. Oh my god. I hate this. I hate having these internet problems. It's so frustrating. But in exchange, you can see every pore on my face. So, so welcome to the Thunderdome of Sam's office. So, yesterday, I didn't stream because Sam and I decided that yesterday was the perfect day for us, that if we waited till the weekend, it was going to be a nightmare. We decided yesterday was the perfect day to take Clarky to Peppa Pig World. So we did. We took our daughter to Peppa Pig World. It was like a 3-hour drive. Holy shit. But it was so fun. Anybody who's ever said, so it's like a mini theme park inside of a big park, right? Paulson's Park, I think, is the name of it. So it's got, it's like a lot of other amusement parks where they have like zones that are dedicated to one thing, like Disneyland being like, this is the Star Wars section of Disneyland, right? Paulson's Park is just a general like amusement park, and they have a section called Peppa Pig World, right? So we wanted to do something fun for Clarky to celebrate her going to big kid school, because she's going to be gone a lot. It's a big change, so we wanted to, like, as a family, all go and do something together. And my sister-in-law was like, honestly, my 6-year-old still enjoys some stuff at Peppa Pig World. It's pretty good. So, it's a good option. So we decided to go, even though it was a crazy drive. And you might be thinking to yourself, Dodger, why didn't you guys just spend the night? That's such a good question. We should have, to be honest. We really should have. We should have just spent the night out there, because holy shit, driving home was a nightmare. So yeah, Peppa Pig World, great. They had a bunch of rides for like Clark's exact age. Clark got to meet Peppa and George. adorable. We got the cutest fucking picture in the world. Um, yeah, they have like little statues of all of the characters. Clark said hi to every single one of them. It was great. It was so cute. But, you know, my child is a realist. So we're in line to meet Peppa and George. They come out. Clarky goes, Peppa and George are so fuzzy. I think probably those are people in costumes. And I was like, you know, Clarky, I think they're probably people in costumes too. Do you still want to meet them? And she was like, yeah. I was like, okay, it's still fun to pretend, isn't it? And she was like, yeah, it's fun. So we went up there, we took a picture. She had a blast. Oh, the other like suspension of disbelief thing was because Clark's never been to anything like this at all. So she wanted to go on every ride, and we were like, absolutely, let's do it. The first ride that we went on is called Daddy Pig's Car Drive or something like that, and you just get into a little car, and there's a wheel in the front, and you can spin it, but it's on tracks, and it's just like this really chill, just drive, you know. So we got in there, and Clark was like spinning the wheel, and then she looks in front of us, looks behind us, and goes, I'm not controlling the car, am I? And I was like, no, honey, we're on a track, so don't worry too much. You can't like crash us or anything. She was like, okay. And then we went on this ride that I had. Do you remember last time I was in here and I was talking about when people give like a whole bunch of qualifiers about what a good person they are, and then they follow it up with, however, right? I had a moment like that. Sam decided to stay out of the line. Clarky and I went through a line to do this like Georgie's dinosaur ride, where either if you're tall enough, you can get on the dinosaur by yourself, or you get on the dinosaur and then the smaller kid gets on like an upper part of the dinosaur, right? So that's what Clarky and I did. And Sam was like, I'll stand off to the side. I'll take pictures, you know, whatever. So we're all in line, and it's like taking a little while. And I realized the reason that it's taking a little while, again, this is just me being judgmental in the moment. I realized the reason that it's taking a little while is that not everybody did what Sam and I did and had just like one parent go through with the kid and the other parent stay out. Two parents would go through with their kid, and one parent would just like hop on the dinosaur and get on their phone and just sit on their phone while they're on the dinosaur. And I was like, homie, if you're not here to fucking commit fully to the dinosaur ride, then don't take a dino. You know? Come on. Sam came over. We had like done the loopy a couple of times, and we were next door. Sam was standing, and he was like, how's it going? And I was like, I'm getting really annoyed with parents. And he was like, okay, we just got here, so maybe chill out a little bit. But we realized, this was the moment that we realized Clarky, much like her mother, is a thrill seeker. Because the Georgie Dino ride like wiggle waggles a little bit, and you go through, you know, you're mostly just like kind of traipsing around nice areas, but then they take you by like this fake volcano. And Clark, the whole time we were around the volcano, was like, Mommy, it's going to erupt. Mommy, we've got to go faster. And I was like, oh my God, it's erupting. We were like RPing the whole thing. And we got off of it, and she was like, that was way better than the cars. We were like, okay, noted. Yeah, but pretty much all of the rides, aside, some of them go up really high. They're all really gentle rides. There are a couple different rides. There's like a hot air balloon ride where you get into this balloon, and it's, you get into this like huge thing. There's like 5 of them, and they slowly like turn and go up, and then they come back down, right? It's all really like itty bitty kids can go on these and probably won't get freaked out, you know? So we went on a bunch of stuff, and Clarky kept seeing, again, because this is a smaller area of a big amusement park, Clarky kept being like, when can I go on a roller coaster? We were like, here's the thing, Clarky, I don't think that there's a roller coaster that is Clarky sized here. She goes, okay, do I gotta wait until I'm bigger? And Sam was like, you know, kiddo, I think you just have to be a little bit bigger. She goes, okay. So we spent this whole time at Peppa Pig World, and she had a blast, and she's been talking about it all day today. Like, she had so much fun. As we're walking out, we're like, we have to get to our car and get out of here before the park closes and everybody's leaving, right? As we're leaving, I glance to the side, and there's this area that's kind of bug themed, and there was a roller coaster called the Caterpillar, and it is a roller coaster for kids about Clark's height. So we went over, we measured her. She was like a decent ways above the line. So I said, Clarky, before we go, do you want to try going on a roller coaster? And she said, absolutely. So we get in line. She's so excited. Sam and I had like a mini argument about whether she should be in the middle of the roller coaster or the front of the roller coaster. Sam was like, they literally are saying over the loudspeaker that if you have a kid that gets motion sick or might get scared, to put them in the front. I was like, that doesn't make any sense though, because then you're going to be the first person to see the drop. Isn't that terrifying? It's like, surely, like, you can be toward the front, but like, surely you should be a couple back, right? And he was like, no, I think she should be right in the front. Right as we're talking about this, the last coaster comes in, and the little kid who was sitting in the front from this coaster gets out and screams at his mom, it's not funny, I was gonna vomit, I hated that. And Sam and I looked at each other like, we'll just let Clarky choose. So, poor kid. But so Sam goes, Clarky, do you want to be right in the front, like the front, or do you want to be like a little ways back? The front is going to be gentler, but it might be, you'll see more. And Clark was like, I want to be in the front. And Sam was like, all right. So Sam and Clark sat in the front. Sam like wrapped his arms around her to keep her stable because the bar couldn't go all the way down to where it needed to be for her, because it could only go down as far as Sam's lap, right? So they had the bar down as far as possible, and then Sam wrapped his arms around her. And I was like, okay, I'll be one back, right? Holy shit, Clarky had the fucking time of her life. That was the best. That was the single best way that we could have possibly ended that trip. She fucking loved it. Screamed the entire time. It was amazing. So I was like, great. I'm so glad. But yeah, so we took Clarky to her first like amusement park situation, and it was very cute and it was very fun. Yeah, she wants speed, dude. I know. Yeah. We've heard Legoland's amazing as well. Legoland is definitely on our list of things to do. When we were driving up, I was so tired the whole way up. And Sam was like, do we want to go to Legoland instead? We kept it a secret from Clark what we were doing. We were just like, it's a secret. It's going to be amazing. We just have a long drive to get there. She eventually managed to guess that it was an amusement park. And we were like, it is. But I bet you won't be able to guess which one it is. It's a very special one. And as we were driving up, there was a big billboard that said Peppa Pig World on it. And Sam was like, we're going to drive really slow by this, Clarky. Look out the window. What do you see? And she was like, losing it. Anyways, we drove by a sign about an hour and a half, 2 hours in that said Legoland. And Sam was like, she doesn't know where we're going. We could redirect. Do we just want to go to Legoland instead? And I was like, no, we have to go to Peppa Pig World. So, holy shit, by the way. Figure out what your budget is before you go. That toy store is no fucking joke, dude. The Peppa Pig toy store, insane. It's fucking crazy. We walked in there, and every 2 steps, Clark was like, I want to get this. Wait, no, I want to get this. Wait, no, I want to get this. We were just like, oh my God. Legolas land. Theme parks do be that way. Yeah. I've never seen when we did the Peter Rabbit thing, there was a little gift shop we had to walk through in order to leave, of course, that had every Peter Rabbit toy I could possibly imagine. And we somehow managed to walk out of there unscathed. Here are my 2 tactics, right? Number 1 is what I've talked about recently, which is we can't get that now. Should we put it on your list? That works like a charm most of the time. The second one is, well, we're gonna go and do a couple other things. So rather than carry the toy around, maybe we'll come back if we think of it after we've done our other things. So that's what I had said about the Peter Rabbit thing, because she kept grabbing Peter Rabbit toys. And I was like, honey, we're about to like have a picnic and shit. You don't want to carry all these toys around. So maybe we'll come back in after the picnic. And we both forgot. Great. Fantastic. Gift shops at kids' parks are purely for kids to make parents buy things above market price. I know. That's why I'm sharing this. These are the 2 things that have worked for me. If you have a kid around Clark's age, start a spreadsheet whenever they really like something and you know you can't buy it, but they're really dead set on it. Have that be their list. So we have a Clarky list. And say, we can't get that right now. Should we write it down so we don't forget and maybe we can come back and get it another time? Works like a fucking charm. But if you have a kid like mine, she'll check and make sure that you wrote it down. So make sure that you actually write it down. Make the list. It needs to be a real list. Yeah, and the other one is try to redirect toward, we're going to be doing something else for a minute here. So let's go do that thing first. How do you come up with these hacks? The list one came up a while ago, and I've started using it for both Clark and me. So if I see something that I really want, I will also write it down for me. So there's a Clarky list and there's a Dodger list, because psychologically there is a part of you that feels relieved just writing the thing down. It's really weird. But if there's something where you're like, I want this, and you feel that like impulse buy part of your brain just like trying to crawl out of your mouth, if you just write it down, there's like this weird sense of ownership in just writing the thing down. It also has been really helpful for me, because sometimes I'll realize like, I don't think that I would be the best person to have this, but I think it's really cool. And I would like for maybe somebody to have it as a gift. And so maybe I'll take it off of my list and put it on a gift list instead. So yeah. Maybe think about that. No Sam list. Sam would need to make a Sam list. We both have access to the Clarky list. We can both add to the Clarky list. Sam, you know, if you're making a list for yourself, you have to be in charge of that list, dude. There is no way that I can be around every time Sam's about to impulse buy something. I'm not going to burrow out of the ground like a gremlin and be like, hey, write it on your list. That's all him. If Sam's got a Sam list, great. I write it down. I have a Google spreadsheet. That's where I write everything down. So I put sheets on my phone so that I can access it easily. Oh my gosh. But yeah, that's what's been going on with me, aside from apparently not having working internet, which is so cute. I love that. It's very cute. It's my favorite thing about my life currently. Hi, Telly. No, Telly, I'm in Sam's office because my internet doesn't work in my office. So Sam's having me stream in his room. So I've done 2 streams in this room now. I tried to stream in my office today. It did not work out. What are the ages of Clark's new school? I got shocked when I was on a trip with my school to England. I don't know, but like all of the schools are different. Um, some of them like lead all the way up to like what we think of as high school, I think. Um, some of them only do a few years at a time, and then you're expected to like transfer to a different school after that. But yeah, it is very different from America, if that's what you're asking. I didn't know Sam's office had a window. It does. It has 1, 2, 3, 4 windows in it. It's because he's a nighttime boy. It's Dodger's room now. Don't say that. No, we'll get it sorted. We'll fix it. 4, yeah. 1, 2. There's one right behind his monitors. And then 3, 4, like right next to where the AC is, the AC unit. Yep. But again, this office, it mostly comes at night, so. I was imagine Sam was in a small closet. It is a very narrow room. That's the huge issue with it. It's very narrow. If you could just like open it up a little bit, it wouldn't be nearly as claustrophobic for him. But um yeah, it's long enough. It's just it's like a hallway that's masquerading as a room, you know. That's a cool Yorm poster. It's too bad we never see it. You know what kills me? There's all this space right here. Have you guys yeah, you guys have seen the gift that I gave him, right? Maybe I'll just put it up for him. Like, really, this should be on the wall, right? That's the perfect spot for it. Come on, man. Look at that. Something like that, right? I'm gonna hang that today. I'm hanging that today. Ooh. Why is that on the ground? That's a great question. Because the second that it was set, it's not on the ground, but it is like sitting on something with, I think, the mental intention of putting it up. But it's become white noise for Sam now. It sat there for like 2 days, and now it's part of the furniture, you know. So uh again, as the person who will notice a thing is busted or needs to be done and will remember, I'm the DIY bay of this house. As long as it's not technology. I don't know why that's a blind spot for me. But I'll put up pictures and shit and fix Sam's desk, and he can figure out when my internet doesn't work. That's love. Part of the ship, part of the crew. Oh my god. Maybe that's what I need to do. Maybe that's what I'll do today. Just to fully like ignore the things that are wrong with my room. Maybe I'll just completely focus on sorting out Sam's room to scratch the brain itch, but still not do anything about my own space. If you know, you know. This is the way. Yeah. Shout out to everybody else who goes to their friend's house and immediately deep cleans their kitchen and is like, I don't know when the last time I deep cleaned my own kitchen was, but yours looks amazing. Honey. If you remodel Sam's room. I'm not gonna remodel shit because we don't intend on being in these rooms for much longer, but we'll see. Do your cats follow you into this room? No. The cats never come in this room. I don't know why. You guys got the house? If we got the house, I would be screaming that we got the house. That's why I said it the way I did. We don't intend on being in these rooms for much longer. Also, we don't own these rooms, so remodeling is not on the table. But redecorating a little bit, putting things in different places. That's fine. Could do that. It's that sweet gamer odor. Oh my god. I'm trying to, like, in my efforts to make it so Clarky understands how to do things better than Sam and I do. You want your kids to be better than you, right? So the first thing I've talked about recently is we started giving her an allowance. And so she has 3 jars. She has a spending jar, a giving jar, and a saving jar. And she gets £1 per year of life. So she gets £4. 1 has to go into each jar. The giving jar is for if at some point somebody in her life needs something, or she wants to get someone a gift, or she wants to donate it. That's what that's for, right? The saving jar is just for saving. And then the spending jar, she can spend it on whatever she wants. And I'll be honest, she exclusively spends that money on hairbands. This kid, since getting an allowance, the number of hairbands in this house is fucking out of control. But it's her money. It's her money, and that's the point. Anyways, so trying to teach her about money, right? Which has been really interesting. It's really interesting to have those conversations with her at the store now. Because now she's starting to ask a bunch of questions like, why do things cost money? Why do you guys have to work? You work to make money. Okay. You're right. Like she's starting to connect dots about like the fact that pretty much everything costs money, right? Which is interesting. Anyways, so the other thing that I would love for her to know how to do is clean a space or organize a space. Maybe that's like the better way to put it. So I've looked up a few different like easy, straightforward organizing a room methods. And so she and I organize her room once a week, right? Today, this kid normally, first thing that we do is make the bed, and then we take literally everything that isn't where it's meant to be and put it on the bed. Just make a huge pile out of everything that needs to get sorted. And then from that pile, we make smaller piles of specific things, right? So there will be a pile of blankies, a pile of clothes, a pile of trash, a pile of toys, whatever, pile of books, right? Today, we made the bed, we put everything on the bed, and immediately Clark was like, I'm getting in the bed. And I was like, don't do that, right? I'm like mentally shattered from going to Peppa Pig World. I'm one slightly obnoxious thing away from fucking losing my mind, right? So everything's on the bed. I'm like, let's start sorting, honey. Try to like pinpoint like books, clothes, whatever. We'll make piles. She's like, I'm getting in the bed. I was like, don't do that. She's like, I'm already doing it. I was like, please don't do that. She puts both legs in, staring me in the eye, and puts both legs in and is like, Mommy, my legs are in the bed. And I just walked out of the room. It's like, either I can let her piss me off on purpose, or because I can acknowledge that this is me being controlling, right? It's fine for her to get in the bed with rubbish all over it. It's fine for her to get in the bed while it's covered with clothes and toys and shit, right? I'm just being like really controlling about the situation. So I was like, I'm going to leave. Walked out of the room, and she literally just laid in that bed with toys and clothes and books all over her for I don't even know how long. She was so content. And I was like, you know what? If this makes her happy in this moment, we can come back to this, right? So eventually she gets out of the bed, and we start making piles. And then she suddenly, my kid is so dramatic, and you know that she gets this from me. She suddenly drops to the floor and goes, Mommy, my throat hurts. I was like, oh yeah? She was like, I think I have tonsillitis again. I was like, wow, that was fast. And she was like, I need an ice cream. I need an ice cream. My throat hurts from the tonsillitis, and I need an ice cream right now. I was like, Clark, I'm begging you. Can we just finish this? Can we just finish the task? It's almost done, dude. Can we finish this task? And then we'll sort out whatever's going on with your body currently. And she goes, sure. And then leaves the room. So she pulled a me, right? Got annoyed and was like, I'm just going to leave. Left the room, goes down the stairs. And we're obviously so annoyed with each other, right? So I was like, fine. Finish the room up myself, except for the clothes. Finish the room up myself because it was helping me like process and not lose my mind, right? Put everything away. Clark comes up the stairs and she goes, Mommy, I have something to tell you. I was like, okay. She goes, I was angry, so I went into I went into Daddy's office. Sam was not involved in this at all. I was angry, so I went into Daddy's office and I stole one of his cookies and I ate it. I ate half of it and I put the other half behind a pillow in the living room to hide it. And I was like, okay, honey. You could tell she was really broken up about it. So I was like, thank you for telling me. We'll let Daddy know that you had one of his cookies. I'm sure he won't mind. I appreciate that you told me. How about we put all of the clothes away so that this job is just done, and we go downstairs and we make you a full plate of food and you can finish that cookie and have some other stuff to eat. And she was like, okay. So serious. So we put all the clothes away and she was like, wow, we did a good job. And it took everything in me not to turn into a gremlin again and be like, we did a good job. So, it was a morning like that. We generally got along just fine. And there were like brief moments where the two of us were like, just buzzing to go at each other. But you have to look at the wins there, right? Win number 1, I recognized that I was trying to control a situation that didn't fucking matter and I walked away. King. Number 2, my kid got annoyed, stole a cookie, and immediately told me. Great. You know? Oh my god. Yesterday while we were at Peppa Pig World, um Clark had like begged for all kinds of sweets, right? Like she just has a super sweet tooth like Sam does. I I don't know. Maybe I was that way when I was little. Kids in general just like sugar, right? It's built into us. Um so, she'd asked for a popsicle, she'd asked for a donut, she'd asked for this, that, and the other thing, and every single time, because it was a special fun day for her, Sam was like, "Sure, once we're done with X, Y, and Z thing, we'll go get that." So he had said sure to like 4 different things. And I was like, how about we pick one of those things? Because they're all like really similar foods, huh? And we need to also have lunch. So how about we have lunch? And the like fun sweet thing that we have alongside of lunch is whatever you choose. And Sam goes, why can't she just have all of it? And I was like, I just almost lost my mind and like blew up at you just now, so I need you to not talk to me for a minute. And he was like, okay. So I'm walking. I'm not talking to either of them. Sam was like, I think mommy's over us. I think I just upset mommy a little bit. And I was like, don't talk to me. Just don't talk to me. And Clark was like, don't talk to her, daddy. And it just wound up being a conversation where I was just like, I I feel like I have to be the person, and this is very common, right, for like one parent to feel this way over the other, but I feel sometimes like I am the person who has to be like really aware of what she's eating. And I hate that because I don't want to create any like weird food dependencies or insecurities or any of that sort of shit, right? I don't want her to feel like this over attachment to certain types of foods or to feel like certain types of foods aren't okay to eat. I don't want to do any of that, right? I'm trying not to do any of that. But somebody has to be the person in the house that's like, "Hey, this kid hasn't eaten a vegetable in a day," right? Like so uh you know, I think we had a very healthy spat at at Peppa Pig World while we were standing in line to get food. Uh where I was just like, it's not about like today. It's about me feeling like there are some days where she just doesn't, all she wants to eat is sugar, and like we can't just say, "Sure, honey, only eat sugar." you know it's like, it's not about today. I get that today is fun and special, and yes, I'm fine with her having a couple of sweet things. That's fine. I would also like for her to attempt to eat something other than that, please. Anyways. Missing a vegetable for a day or two won't kill a child. I can tell you don't get the point of what I'm saying, and that's fine. Did you fix Sam's desk? No, I did not fix Sam's desk. Yeah. This isn't about one day. This is about life in general. Trying to find the balance, right? Of how do I be encouraging about exploring different types of foods and, you know, doing the like, if your body says you're not hungry, then you're not hungry. That's totally fine. You know, you don't have to eat that thing if you don't want to eat that thing. But somebody has to keep a tally in their head of like, okay, is she never eating a certain type of food group? Do I need to sneak it into things? Can I figure out like a fun way to incorporate it into our food? Can I figure out a different tactic to get her to want to explore food differently? You know, I'm the parent who thinks about that a lot. Because I think, if my parents are watching right now, what's up? I love you very much. I think a lot of us were probably the kids that would sit down to eat. And if we said, no, I don't want to eat that thing, you might have had a parent who said, then you're not leaving the table. Right? I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that with my kid. I want her to enjoy eating. I want her to enjoy exploring food. I don't want it to be like a punishment that you have to eat the peas, right? But it's hard. It is hard. So, just trying lots of different things. But nutrition. Nutrition. Yeah. She's pretty good about that. Yeah. I don't always do that, but she's pretty good about just like trying something. It depends. It depends on the day, you know. And I don't push it too far. Weekly, I just buy spinach and broccoli. I blend it, drink it, and hate myself for 2 hours. Oh my god. There are a couple little things that I didn't expect her to be down with that she's actually super down with. So she loves quesadillas. I've started grating broccoli into the quesadilla, and she actually like vibes with that, which is great. A lot of people do this, but any like leftover vegetables that we have that we need to use up, I will blend into a paste and add it to pasta sauce. So if we're making pasta, we just like put some sneaky veggies into the pasta. You know, there's hacks like that. But I was a curious child. I ate everything, everything. That's great. Also, uh green juices, like those juices that are just like a bunch of fruits and veggies all thrown together and the juice turns out green. From an early age, I started calling that dinosaur juice. Girls always down for some dinosaur juice, dude. Doesn't matter the brand. It doesn't matter. If it's juice and it's green, she's like, fuck yes, dino juice, I'm in. Sometimes it's just contextualizing it right, you know? The cool name helps sell it. It does. Yeah. You have to rebrand the thing. You have to rebrand it. I found out at her preschool, sometimes they've been having uh little pots of curry with rice and things. And I was like, you never eat curry at home. And now I feel like, because there's so many different types of curry, right? I'm not about to be like, if you don't like the curry at home, why do you like the curry there? They could be completely different fucking types of curry. So I really want to message them now and be like, what type of curry do you serve at school? Because my kiddo, when she was young, really loved Japanese curry. Won't eat it now. Hates it now. I don't know what I've done. I don't know what I did. I don't know what I did. But we're in England, so I'm expecting that it's probably a certain type of Indian curry, most likely. But there are lots of different types of Indian curries. What is it? You know? Food with friends is different than food with family. I do think that that's a thing. I think she was probably, and I think probably in general, most kids are more likely to try something if they see their peers trying that thing, right? Um, so I get the feeling there are a lot of things that she ate at preschool purely because all of the kids were eating it, you know? Maybe had a spicy curry and it put them off. I don't think so. At least not in our house. I don't think I've ever tried to serve her a very spicy anything. Probably a butter based or cream based curry, like a korma. Yeah. Anyways, I don't know how we got into this long conversation about kids eating things, but oh, because I said that Sam and I got into a little spat at Peppa Pig World. You know, though, they say that uh kids observing their parents having um a really straightforward, respectful argument is actually like super good for them. So I try not to shy away from like talking about things with Sam in front of Clark. As long as we're not like as long as it's not a situation where we need to like not need to, but I'm trying to think of how to put this. We don't ever want to talk each other down as parents, right? If one of us is like in this situation, it felt like I could say, you know, I just want us both to prioritize her not eating 8 donuts today. Right. And then Sam was like, we also need to keep in mind the possibility because we both have family members who have had like really intense food sensitivities or like texture sensitivities and all these things. He was like, she might be like your family member that had soup for an entire year before they stopped worrying that they were gonna choke on food. You know, he was like, they're we'll make sure that she's healthy and she's eating the right things and stuff. But it's okay for her to like occasionally have a day where she just eats a lot of sweet things just like for fun. I was like, I agree. I'm just trying to explain to you why I had the reaction I did. It's not based on the day, it's based on the life, right? I felt like we could have that conversation with each other without the implication being, I think that you're being a bad parent right now, right? Because that's not what it is. Um, but yeah. Dodger's anti-donut. You know it. It's not true. Although the best donuts are plain donuts. The best donuts are plain donuts. It's the truth. They're the best donuts to have with a coffee, dude. But chocolate donuts, I'm not super into chocolate, so I'm the wrong person to hit with that. Glaze is fine if I'm having the donut by itself. I don't know why. Because you would think if I was having like a black coffee, that a glazed donut would be perfect. I've just always preferred completely plain donuts, though. Completely plain donuts are number one. Number two would be like just a glazed donut. No flav, just shug. Dodger's the don't boo me, I'm right image. New room. I missed the Dodger lore. This is Sam's office. This is Sam's office. And if you're about to say, wow, you sound better than you've ever sounded, or wow, your camera looks incredible. That's Sam's setup. This is all Sam's setup. I told him in the car, I was like, I want you to know, after streaming in your office, I realize that I'm slipping. I'm slipping really bad. He was like, you have everything you need to do the exact same shit I'm doing. I was like, I know. I'm just overwhelmed. I have no idea where to start. I don't know how to fix anything. I don't know how to set up that camera. I don't know how to fix my audio. I've been trying for years. I don't know what to do. My poor mod, my sweet mod, came to me with all of this information on how to fix it, and I still borked it. I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with me, Sam. And then like we were talking about last time, I was like, you've got transitions and stuff. He was like, don't start with that. We know the exact same animators. It's like, we know the same artists. Most of the people you follow and are friends with are artists. I don't want to hear anything about how you don't have assets for such and such. That's your fault. It's like, yep, you're right. That's true. Correct. Sometimes you need to say these things to the person who's going to be like, stop. Just the brutally honest person in your life, you know? Sometimes it's really nice when that's your partner, and sometimes it's the worst when that's your partner. It's okay right now. He's out of line, but he's correct. Yeah. I need to make a list. I need to make a list of all of the things. Um all the things that I'd like to add to my stream. And then just start reaching out to people and being like, "Are you free?" I would love to like we've had Danny do everything on this channel for so long, but Danny's busy. He's hustling real hard. I think that it would be fun to sort of highlight more of the amazing artists that we know and have them do some of the other stuff on our channel. Can we share suggested artists in the Discord for you to look over? I I mean, you can. That is how I found Pakesy, the person who made my Dash picture, was by being like, "Hey, who do you know that draws buff men? Throw that in my Discord, please." Yeah, I do think that that's true. I think sometimes there's an unhealthy parent dynamic of one person being good cop and one person being bad cop. I don't think that that's the situation Sam and I are in. I think part of the reason for that is that we both spend a lot of time with her. Um, so it's not like one of us is the stay-at-home parent and the other person's gone all the time, right? And one person is spent all day like trying to micromanage everything, and then the other person shows up and is like, "You want a donut right before bed?" Right? That's not the dynamic. Um, but yeah, sometimes you realize that like maybe one of you is feels more seriously about something than the other person does, like food. Unfortunately, food is a thing that like is really frustrating to me because it's coming from a probably very instinctual place of like, I want to make sure my child is fed and not just anything. I want to make sure that they're fed well, that they have the things to make their body run properly and to feel good and to sleep well. Um, but again, also trying to like not put too much of a focus on food. Like, it's just fuel. It's fine. There's so many different types of foods. They're all amazing. I just want us to explore those foods together, sort of a thing. It's hard. Thank you, Fionel. I appreciate that. Um, but yeah, I never feel like I have to be like Sam gets to be the fun parent and I'm not the fun parent. I 100% feel like the fun parent most of the time. We went to a little park today right before work. And we had a little picnic, and Clark came up with a whole goddamn RP storyline. I was first I had to play Princess Cookie Bookie, and she was a neighboring princess, and she came to say hi to me, and we sat and we ate some food, and then she left, and she was like, "You're my mom now." I was like, "Okay, I'm the queen now." So she came to me and she was like, "Queen, I met another princess named Princess Cookie Bookie, and Princess Cookie Bookie called me Princess Poop to my face." Now, I know, as the person who played Princess Cookie Bookie, that this is a lie. But the queen doesn't know that. So I was like, I can't believe this. Princess Cookie Bookie is banned from the kingdom. And Clark was like, yes, good. And I was like, what the fuck is happening? What is the storyline? We did this whole story. It turned into like a murder mystery, dude. I called I beep 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 called Princess Cookie Bookie's parents, and I was like, her parents talked to her and she says that she never said that. And and Clark, who was Princess Tally, by the way, Princess Tally was like, "Oh, well, she didn't say it, but her friends said it." And her friends were there. Again, I played Princess Cookie Bookie. Her friends were not there, right? So I call again. And I'm like, apparently she had friends there and her friends said it. And Princess Cookie Bookie didn't say anything. So it was like, she was part of it by not getting involved. And then I was like, apparently she said that she didn't have any friends there. And Clark was like, her friends were playing ninjas. And I was like, they were. She was like, yes, her friends were all there, but they were playing ninjas. So I don't think she realized that they were there, but they were. And they called me Princess Poop as I walked by. And I was like, wow. Okay. So then I had to call back the parents, give them the situation, and say, could you please put me in touch with her friends? It was a whole thing. It was a whole thing. I get to be the fun parent, I will, if she gives me a role, I will commit. But if she asks for 3 ice creams in a row, then I'm not the fun parent anymore, just for that moment. Yeah, it was good. She knows which one is the theater parent. What was Sam doing during this? Sleeping. Sam sleeps in the morning because he works all night. I don't know what time he went to bed, but God, I hope it was not that late. Kids work all kinds of things into play. It's really interesting. Hi, darling. What you up to?
Singing songs.
Okay.
And
yeah.
Also.
Yes. That's true. Yeah, sometimes you would watch a video and then you would mimic what they did in the video, huh? Or you would copy us. You would copy mommy and daddy when we did things. Are you looking at yourself? Oh. I was telling everybody about our game this morning when you were Princess Tally and I was Princess Cookie Bookie, and then I played your mom. Where'd Clarky go? Where is she? Oh, there she is.
That face funny.
That was a funny face. Okay, it's a face I've never seen before. I'm ready. I've never seen that face before. Are you doing another one? I've never seen that face before. Can I do one? Can I do one? Ready?
I want to say on
1 sec. Okay.
Your turn.
Okay, my turn. Ready?
Ready.
It's good. These are good faces. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good face. You're very good at faces, Clarky.
Yeah, the face you've never seen before.
What was that face? I've never seen that face before.
It's a silly face.
That was a silly face. What was that face? What was that face?
Ow.
Who's that?
Hello, Daddy.
Hello, daddy. Hello. Yeah. It doesn't feel hot to me. It was very loud. Hello, daddy. Hello, daddy. Nico, ready? Steady? Oh no, she's a baby. I'm so sorry. I didn't know this would turn into baby RP. Clarky, daddy's back for us, honey. So don't make him pick you up, okay? I'll see you soon, okay? Mwah.
Say bye, chat.
Bye, Shaki.
Mwah. Bye-bye. Love you. What time is it? Okay. He was flying, dude. It was crazy. When'd she learn that? My kiddo. She cute. She's cute. I love her. Her hair's gotten so long. It has. It's very long. Yeah. She really wants bangs, and I keep forgetting to book it. I feel bad. I wanted to do that for her before she started school. I forgot. He did. Oh yeah, for any of you who weren't here for this, yeah, we tried to prank my sweet husband by putting a picture of my sock on his starting screen, and he noticed it immediately and deleted it. So, prank wars, Dodger 0. Um, I got I made my hair like short 3 months ago, and I got a trim well 2 Fridays ago maybe. And we decided to just go super short. I've actually been loving it. His passive perception is too high. It's true. Yeah, he deleted it before the stream started. Ripperonis, dude. He said he thought that I had done it for a goof on my stream. So he was like, oh, I'll just delete this because it's not Dodger's stream anymore. It's my stream now. We were trying to prank him. Rip. Why did you wait until after the heat wave? My initial haircut was before all the heat waves. It was my hair before this was very short. We just made the top even shorter so that I wouldn't have to deal with it as much. Mom hacks. Mom hacks. Just get rid of your hair. Arnar, thank you so much for all the gifted subs. Thank you so much. Welcome to the Cat Gang. Everybody who was gifted a sub, make sure you say thank you to Arnar. Thank you so much, guys. "81 months, Arnar. Hell yeah." Arnar, more like R-yes. Good. My wife is about to go with the short hair. We have a 1-year-old. We need the mom hacks. Yeah. I don't regret it at all. Cutting off all my hair, holy shit. Not even a second have I been like, I shouldn't have done that. I miss the long hair. No. The extent of that has been when I've seen cute hair braid videos and been like, man, if my hair was longer, maybe I could figure out how to do that. But, you know, I've lived in this body for 35 years, and I know that there isn't a chance in hell I was going to try and figure out that really complicated, cool braid that so-and-so did. That's, I'm very fortunate in that I have a child who cares so much about fashion and cares so much about how her hair looks that pretty much if I see something cute, I can go to her and be like, can I do something really cute with your hair? Most of the time, she'll be like, sure thing, dude. It's great. CVS Jr., thank you so much for the gifted subs. Thank you, thank you. Welcome to the Cat Gang. Everybody who was gifted a sub, please take the time to say thank you. Yes. If your kid grabs your hair all the time, oof. It's great. It's great to just cut it. Clark does not like my hair. She's made that really clear. She also doesn't like Sam's hair. So in the car yesterday, she's made this pitch many times, but in the car yesterday, she was like, Mommy, I think your hair should be long again, and I think Daddy's hair should be short. And I was like, I understand. I understand the pitch. However, we need to take into account that maybe Daddy likes having long hair, and Daddy's the one who lives in Daddy's body, huh? So if he wants long hair, he gets to have long hair. And I really like my short hair, and I live in my body, so I'm probably going to keep my short hair for a while. And she was like, ugh. You know, my nephew goes specifically for the beard. Yeah. Sam, oh my God, there's so many babies in this family, or like little kids who've gone through a stage where Sam picks them up and they just immediate little fist into the beard. The other thing, I was telling Summer about this. The other thing was on the way home, Clark launched into a huge pitch about why we should just live in a car instead. I was like, have you been watching Van Talk? What is this? She was like, Mommy, I think that we should move into a car. I was like, really? Go on. She was like, well, I think we should buy a car, and then we can take all of my toys and put them in the car. And we can take my bed and put my bed in the car. I was like, okay, where will Mommy and Daddy live? And she was like, you can share with me. I was like, right. Currently, we all get to have lots of space to ourselves, huh? Do you think that somehow we could split up a van so that we all get our own personal space? And she was like, we could all sleep in there, I think. And we can move the bed around because it's in a car and the cars move. I was like, I see. I understand. These are all very good points. I think the reason she talked about it is because the number of cars we went by that were obviously like trailers that people lived in or vans that people lived in, like that sort of a situation where like it looked like a perfectly normal car or vehicle of some sort, but in the window you could tell there were like cute drapes or like batting or whatever. And Clark was like, people live in there. She was like, we could live in there. And so I said, how about, Clarky, we sort out a home living situation for you, me, and Daddy, where we all get our own space and have our own like places to sleep and places to work and whatever. And then we talk about getting like a used camper van or something. And then we can go on adventures in that and then come home to the regular house. She was like, okay, that's okay. But I think maybe my bed should always be the one in the car. And when I asked her to expand on this, she said that she wants us to take her mattress, move her mattress from her room into the car and back into her room every time we use the van. And I was like, I feel like maybe that's a real waste of effort, honey. So, but yeah, it was a very cute pitch. Yeah. I read a thing. I always find it really interesting. I think that it's sad that this is a thing that's going to be happening more and more, but I will always read it. You know, we have more and more kids that are sort of byproducts of vlogging channels that are reaching an age where they can go online and be like, hey, here's what my life has been like being in front of a camera for my entire childhood, or being the subject of a blog for my entire childhood, right? I read one recently of a teenager that lived in a van with his whole family, or their whole family, including other kids as well. And they were like, it is the worst. It was miserable because it wasn't just that they all lived in the van, it was also that they were content creators. So this poor kid was like, I have no privacy, none. Even without the camera, I have no privacy. But the second that we finally get somewhere and start to look around, all that my family does is record it. And then we get back in the van and we go somewhere else. I don't get to enjoy going anywhere. I don't get to have any privacy. I was just like, oh my God, this poor kid. That is awful. I can't imagine. But yeah, that was a follow-up to somebody being like, I feel like van life can work for a very specific type of person or like a couple, but like families, it seems like for families it's more complicated, you know, and I totally agree. So yeah, I think it's going to be really fascinating the more kids that are like part of their parents' content that get old enough to be like, I hated this. Please don't do this. You know, that conversation is happening more and more now, which I'm so grateful for. Um, but I think it'll just pick up speed as more of these kids are turning into adults. You know, how do kids in those situations get adequate education? Their parents applied to be homeschoolers, but like it's hard depending on the state that you're in or the state that you're like registered to homeschool in. We've talked about this a little bit before. We don't need to go into it super in depth, but basically each state, if you're in America, I should specify, each state has different laws around homeschooling. And sometimes you barely have to teach your kid anything to still be allowed to homeschool them. It's wild. So a lot of times they don't get a good education, or they don't have parents that are really like trying to teach them anything, you know. So it's unfortunate. Yeah, that was one of the things that this kid brought up is like, I hate the homeschooling. I have no social life. I don't have any friends that are my age that I don't exclusively know online. I can't like have friends that I spend time with in real life at all. I can't go to school. I can't do any of these things that would allow me to have a life outside of my parents, you know. It's rough. Anywho, we can move on to a different topic. But yeah. I hear a child. Maybe not. I haven't been here since the frame drops the other day. How has it been? It's okay. In that the solution is that I stream out of Sam's office. And we're not really sure what to do beyond that, unfortunately. I tried to stream from my office today and it didn't work again. So that's 3 days now of our download being fine. So like I was able to be on Deadbeats, no issue. The second I try to upload, nothing. I can't. The upload oscillates between 0.8 and 0.01. It's not enough. It's not enough to stream on. We didn't. No, we didn't do the cooking stream yet. We are still going to do it. I owe it um to finish off that brand deal. Yeah. I think it's the cable. Because we tried to swap me to the line that Sam's on and it still didn't work. If anything, it was worse. Sam says that could be because we need a splitter to adequately do it. But I also think it could be a sign that it's just the cable. So Sam also looked it up and it says there are outages in your area. So that's great. But like outages for 3 days, I doubt it. Anywho, we'll get it sorted. It'll be all right. It's just annoying. That's all. Just assume they've tried everything, chat. Yeah, that's the easiest way. Thank you for linking the cable tester though. I might get one of those just to have around would be nice. My PC can't do Wi-Fi. So no, Wi-Fi isn't an option. Yeah, we'll sort it. It's okay.
Like summer.
How hard was it to train your hair after cutting it short? I have not trained it at all. This is just naturally what my hair does. There's nothing in this. This is washed this morning. This is how it landed. I can put a little product in it and get it to like do some like funky shit in the front, but I can't get it to look as cool as it did after I got it cut and they like did it for me. Hair needs training. So if yeah, you can train your hair to lay in a certain way for sure. I haven't needed to do that with my hair since I cut it. Well, when we cut it the first time, I really wanted all of the top part to kind of go backwards more. So I hated when it laid like half and half and gave me like the Leo look. I hated that. So I was trying to, every time I washed it, train the top bit to like go backwards more. It sort of worked. It was just a little too heavy. I think it's the chair. What's the chair? But yeah, you can train your hair to like part in specific ways. So if people really want like the down the middle part, sometimes every time that they wash their hair, they'll like make sure that it's parted down the middle, you know, and eventually your hair will try to just lay that way. But Deadbeats was good. Thanks. Yeah, Brett said he's not sure whether we're taking next week off or not because we need to catch up. We spend so much time just like RPing that I think sometimes Brett's like, I don't know how to get them back on track. I was talking about this with Joe. I was like, I don't know how to, as players, do more to help that effort. Um, but it's just an RP heavy show. And sometimes we spend, all 3+ hours in one room talking about shit. And then it's like, well, that's the session. It's over. It's the best part. I'm glad. I'm glad you guys enjoy that part. No, we have not moved. I'm in Sam's office currently. Yeah, that's I don't think that this is much of a spoiler. I won't say exactly what happened, but like 2 sessions ago, I was going to be late, and so Brett was like, "Great, I'll start talking with everybody about professions." Right? Because he really wanted to involve like a whole crafting system and stuff. So he was like, I'll talk with them about professions, see if everybody would like to do specific professions. Summer had already said that they wanted to do like alchemy and like make potions and things. I had said that I wanted to do cooking. Um so it was basically like, here's all of the options, what sort of stuff would you guys like to do? All of it can benefit your team depending on, if you want to do any of this sort of stuff. So everybody had talked about that. I got back and Brett was like, cool, let's move on. And I was like, oh, first, if everybody's done profession stuff, can I do a little bit of cooking? And Brett was like, sure. What do you want to cook? And I was like, I don't know. Can I go fishing? It was all over. The entire session was us doing profession shit after that. It was dunzo, dude. We just all like we just we just did so much shit after that. We just kept on it. So yeah, situations like that where I'm sure Brett was like, "All right, today I'm pretty sure we're going to do X, Y, and Z thing that are important to the plot." And we did not do that. It was still very fun as the player. It was fun. I like to think it was fun in general for everybody, but you know, you shouldn't have made the mini games so fun. It's true. That's not our fault. And we got a big encounter session, so it's fine. And oh my god, Brett started doing a thing where once you hit level 5, you can take a level 1 feat just for free as like an extra thing. I had agonized when we got our ability score like addition. I had agonized over whether to add to my strength or to take Shield Master, and I decided to take Shield Master in the end. Well, I was oscillating between a few different feats, but in the end I took Shield Master, right? And I was like, man, I probably should have taken Strength, but it's okay. It's okay. Because the Shield Master has come in really handy. I can bonus action shove and like knock things prone. Summer was like, you can crit farm with this. It's all good, right? It's good. Just means that if I'm trying to do grapple checks, I don't have as much of an advantage in the strength area, right? But it's fine. It's fine. And then Brett was like, hey, when you hit level 5, you can just take a level 1 feat. And if you've already taken a level 1 feat, you can take an ability score. In the end, I didn't have to choose. So I was like, oh my god. So when we hit level 5, I was over the moon. I got to add to my strength. I did strength and charisma. I'm a handsome boy. What the fuck is that? What am I hearing? Somebody's losing it outside. Is that my child? It sounded like a very masculine voice, and now it sounds like my kid. What kind of eldritch bullshit is outside singing right now? I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Okay, we'll go to 3:30. We'll do another 15 minutes. Once again though, I do not have an activity feed to read. I'm so sorry. I don't have an activity feed to read. I can't grab like all the stuff that I wanted to show off today. So hopefully we'll get our internet sorted, and I'll try and do an extra stream during the week that can just be like a little community appreciation stream. I need to stop chewing on my lip. My lip? My cheek. The chickens are practicing their impression. That's horrifying. Wow, I hate that. This? I don't know. That's a great question. Actually, if you stare at any of the background for too long, it's jittering. So I don't know. I'm gonna miss the sound quality. Don't say that. I'm gonna try to fix stuff. I just don't know how. So I'll see if Sam can help me. But if Sam's anything like me when it comes to audio, he set this up once and then was like, nice, it works. And then never touched it again. So it's the camera autofocus. Here, let's try something. Uh-oh. Is Sam gonna be upset if I do this? Oh, you can't change autofocus on the cam link. Interesting. Interesting. Hmm. It seems so different in Sam's office with sunlight. Yeah, earlier people were like, are there windows in that room? It's like, yeah, there's 4 windows in this room. They just normally don't get to flex their muscles very much, you know? Anne has a really swanky setup for audio. I know a lot of, like JP. JP is an audiophile, you know? I know so many people who have good audio setups. It's just, it sucks to go to somebody and say, hey, can you fix my audio for me? You know? There are so many variables there to try and figure out. And Lord knows when I'm given a list of things to do, I somehow mess it up. So I don't know. I thought it was a closet when Sam streams. We were talking about that a second ago. Yeah. So basically, this room is like a hallway. So it's, you know, the radiator's literally right there. We've got the desk, the monitors, everything. It's narrow, really narrow. And then, you know, it's not extremely long, but like if it just wasn't this narrow, the room would be fine. But for a big guy like Sam's like a broad 6'4" dude, right? And he does not like the feeling of being in a cramped space, like a lot of bigger people don't. So, sometimes this room like makes him feel a bit anxious, yeah, because it's just narrow, you know. If you ask JP, you're dedicating a day to it. Honestly, that's fine. That's fine. The only issue, I think, well, I would say the biggest issue to having someone else fix a thing for you is it is one thing to have everything set up right. It is another thing to know what's wrong with it when something goes wrong, right? So when I first got my audio mixer, Jesse came in and set the whole thing up for me because he used the same audio mixer at the time. And I was like, great, awesome. And then I did a stream at some point and people were like, why is your audio so low? And I was like, I have no idea how to fix that. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do here. If you don't know what each element of the setup is, you can't troubleshoot it, you know? So then it turned into a whole different thing where I was going to Jesse and I was going to TB and I was like, what do I do? Right? Like what do I need to do here? Yeah, why is my audio only coming through the left ear? Like all that sort of shit. It's just the worst. It's the worst to try and figure out. Poor neck. One day. Is this streamed from the new house? No, we do not have a new house yet. Still no confirmation on that. This is Sam's office. So. Sam's office that I'm probably gonna like take apart the second I'm done with this stream. Now that I've like focused on a couple of things, I'm focusing on a lot of things. And I'm like, you could fix some of this room. Table first. I cannot believe how much this table wobbled when I like even slightly pushed on it. That is so dangerous. I fixed the table. We put up the strip-in sign. And then we just, oh my God. Yeah. His room is better than mine. His room makes more sense than mine does. That doesn't mean that I can't hyper focus on his instead of mine, you know? You know? You get me. No, not damn Sam. Damn me. I go into my office and I go, damn me, you live like this? And then I go into a different room and fix that instead. Sam comes back to a demolished office. He's literally right at, he can hear me. No secrets. No secrets, household. Ooh, that felt great. Why did you move to Sam's room? The internet in my room doesn't work. We think the cable's busted, and it's just easier for me to stream from this computer instead. It's my love. He's outside. That's my love. He's walking around outside. What's he doing? I'll find out in a minute. The classic cable fable. Yes. Outside? Outside? No, I'm not feeding the chickens. The chickens are good. Although there's a whole family of rats that has started stealing chicken feed. And we're like, I don't know what to do about that. I honestly have no idea what to do about that. We'll look outside and we'll see just an itty bitty rat run out there, grab a couple things from their feeder, and then squirrel away. And then I'm kind of like, you know what? If the chicken feed can also feed a little family of rats, that's fine. Can't you call a rat man? We are a rat-friendly household. Obviously, outside rats have plenty of diseases. I will not be attempting to handle them in any way. And I will be taking all sorts of precautions with my chickens to make sure that they're not getting anything weird. But what are you gonna do? There's animals outside. There's other animals outside. Are possums a problem in the UK? I have yet to see a possum. Foxes are the biggest issue out here for like creatures that go through your trash and maybe eat your animals. Foxes are the big one. He's weeding. He's weeding, dude. Okay. Okay. Absolutely foxes. They sound like screaming babies. Honestly, I'm kind of relieved that they scream the way they do. Cuz every time I hear a fox screaming outside, I run outside to check on the chickens. I double check that everything is locked properly, that everything is safe. And then the next morning, I'll see a big old poop somewhere on our property. Fox swang by, but chickens are fine. So that's all that I want. I fed a crow a yogurt once. Yeah. If foxes come through and poop and you have a dog, I'm so sorry. Dogs love to roll in fox poop. It's the worst. I don't have a dog, but we have many family members with dogs. And sometimes we'll join them to walk the dogs, and they'll be like, great, great. I'm very excited that my dog rolled in fox poop again. Love that. Who would have thought one day foxes would be your enemy? It's true. It's true. What is this life? Yeah, so hopefully, as much as I love this setup, hopefully next time that I stream, I will be able to stream in my own office again, but no promises. As an owner of 3 dogs, walkies get complicated. Yeah. There's all kinds, for sure. There's all kinds of animals you can get that will protect your chickens. Uh, I have no interest in getting another animal currently. So my perfect scenario would be we get a house. Hopefully the house that we're trying to get right now. If not, I've already made my peace with it. It's fine. We get a house that has space to put chickens. We give them the best coop I can give them, dude. Um and you know, maybe then think about a different thing, but anywho, yo, let's wrap up. Thank you all very much for watching. Um, who's streaming right now? Who's streaming right now? Oh no, I literally on my Smurf account, I only follow myself. That's rude. That's pretty fucked up. I need to fix that. Amazonian is doing a subathon for her surgery. Sounds good to me, dude. Sounds good to me. Boop. Subathon for surgery, day 3. Absolutely. Okay. I have to raid from upstairs. I forgot that this is the situation. So, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for the gifted subs, for subscribing, for following, for chatting, for lurking, whatever it is. I appreciate it very much. I'm sorry that we've had a couple streams now that have just been like a shit show at the start. But I hope that you've enjoyed anyway. No stream tonight. I'll be at a birthday. Tomorrow we have God Forged. Monday's always super loaded. Monday, my kid's first day of school. I'm gonna cry. But also, we've got MangaPod, we've got Hellions. It should be good. So I'll see you guys on Monday. Start time for MangaPod. Start time for my stream will be 11 o'clock. We're starting the new schedule Monday. Okay. So crazy. Hopefully we can get everything sorted by Monday. But yes, 11 a.m. England time, which is 2 hours earlier than we normally stream. So that's the plan. Thank you all very much. You're all wonderful. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.